So featherweight is the division. Alderabani with the red tags. Medina with the blue. We know that Alderabani, who's performed most on the Phoenix promotions than any other fighter, we know what he brings to this. But what do we know about Jesse Funky Cold Medina? Well, be an interesting outing for all concerned. I'm Sensei Will Vanders. Alongside of the octagon with me is MMA legend Brad Pitt. Kit. I got carried away there. Yeah. I said Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I was good looking.
You remind me of Brad Pitt.
What can I say? I was good looking.
Mr. Brad Pickett, who thought twice before he hit me after that remark. It was a compliment. Oh, well, this is all going Alderabani's way from the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah, Jesse get a little bit maybe. Take some time to get into this fight, but you've got to be careful. You don't want to give someone like Izzeddin Alderabani too much room to showcase his skills.
That was a big shot. If that had landed, something would have happened. But there's the shoot, and look at that, brilliantly taken down. Hooked his leg in as well, and Alderabani hits the mat. And I get a feeling that this is where Medina wants to be.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, with that heat that was thrown by Izzeddin Alderabani, it completely gave Jesse like instincts to take him down to the mat, but he's got to be careful here. He's getting himself in a bit of a Kimura. Izzeddin can maybe use this as a Kimura sweep, but he just tried it for one moment, but it was a good base here by Jesse.
Oh, look at that.
He's getting tired. Jesse doing the right thing, stepping over, trying to, but that's getting out. It could be reversed here.
Alderabani now using the legs to hold. But that's hooked in from Medina, and he's in a spot of bother, isn't he? If Alderabani can get that arm locked in.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a tricky situation here. Jesse, he's got to be careful here, but obviously he's using that as a sweep that he does. It's really hard to finish it from obviously half guard where he is. He would need to step over the head, which now he's lost that grip anyway. That's the thing with Jesse. He took it to the mat, then he was in straight danger. That's what Izzeddin does. He's dangerous on his feet. You take him down, you can't sleep down there, because he'll put you straight into a submission.
Well, that was great escapology from Jesse Medina. Gets his way back into the upright, but he wanted an advantage on the ground, and he's trying to go again. But the strength of Alderabani, look at that right hand locking in behind the left hand of Jesse Medina. It's a tough gig in there, isn't it?
He's doing a very good job here, Izzeddin, by controlling the head, pushing the head away, not letting Jesse to use his head to get in closer for a takedown. Jesse doing a good job of getting his legs in between to try and maybe secure some kind of ankle pick. It's hard to do an ankle pick here because you see all of Izzeddin Alderabani's weight is on that one leg.
So up against the cage now, and Alderabani really trapped that left hand of Medina, but Medina levels it out, back to the upright, and straight away Alderabani back to work. Throws heavy hands. Medina goes for the shoot, doesn't really get himself anywhere, does he?
I think Alderabani was a little bit more, aware of the takedown attempt there after the first one he got caught with. He went in throwing a bit more heat, but he's definitely prepared for Jesse to take a shot.
Nice hammer fist coming back up there from Alderabani, and he's really looking for places to hurt. You can see the machinery working. Medina, well, desperate to try and get this down to the mat. And I mean, it's almost as if he's shown all his cards. If it goes, you get the feeling that Medina is kind of busy down there, but Alderabani, well, has a few rabbits in the hat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a good job here defending against the cage, but he's controlling Jesse's head, like I said, in the first attempt as well. Doing very well, recognizing that and defending. But at the moment, he's just defending here, so he needs to try and turn it and get away. He's trying to create a bit of space, maybe to create get an elbow here. Like I just said there, he's doing the right thing here. He's trying to damage him.
Alderabani does a very good job of locking that left arm in, doesn't he? And it really does cause problems for Jesse Medina. Down it goes to the mat, controlled very nicely by Alderabani.
Yeah, it was good hustling there by Jesse Medina, to get Alderabani down to the mat. But like I say, you've got to be very careful here. Posturing up here, trying to maybe get some ground and pound there. But with doing so, you've got to be careful of Izzeddin throwing up an armbar or a triangle attempt. But he's doing a good job because he's got Izzeddin pressed up against the cage.
And he's keeping the legs up nice and high, Dabani. He's not allowing Medina to push forward to cause any problems, and he's locked his man down, holding him down. And that's the bell after the 10-second clapper.
Yeah, very interesting first round there, Will.
We can see what cards are on the table as far as Medina's concerned, and just in the replay there, we see what Alderabani had.
Yeah, obviously that was the big overhand right, which forced Jesse to try and get this fight to the mat. With doing so, then he got caught with a Kimura, used that as for a good sweep by Alderabani, and then within seconds after, we go back to the feet again, and then a lot of this round was actually pressed up against the cage, which Izzeddin was defending very well, but he was defending a little bit. You know, he was using, you saw him using those chopping little elbows. It wasn't like powerful elbows. They're those little chopping shots could create a cut, which obviously getting a cut early on in the fight could pay dividends towards the end of the fight.
Well, we've gone from the sublime to the ridiculous, haven't we? We're in our 5th bout, and none of those fights that have preceded this seemed as if they were going to go to the ground, and now look, we're living right on the mat in every second of that first round. It looks like it might go that way for the whole 3 rounds of this bout, but let's see what happens. Just to remind you, of course, that our referee is Mr. Elmin Androsis. Round 2 of a scheduled 3. Straight away, Alderabani throws out a low kick.
Alderabani definitely, in my eyes, has the advantage on the feet. The power is there. Obviously, Jesse maybe looking for a takedown any minute. Just got to try and time Izzeddin coming in. There you go, tried to time him coming in. Got to keep driving to the cage, which he's doing so. Izzeddin doing a good job cross-facing and making this very uncomfortable for Jesse.
Hanging onto that single leg, isn't he? Driving forward, but can he get Alderabani down? Needs to hook behind him and take that standing right leg down. But Alderabani, busy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a good job at defending, pushing the head down. Jesse switches for an ankle pick. Good balance by Alderabani, making him pay for this shot. Definitely making him work hard. Maybe get a chance to get around to the back here as well. Good elbows. Jesse working really, really hard. If he doesn't get this takedown, I can see Izzeddin, basically, he's looking now to take his back.
Well, Medina has given up his back now, and Alderabani starting to come into his own here.
He's got kind of like a crucifix position from a top position. Now he's got his neck. Good pressure on his neck. He's good. Oh, he's done a good job of getting to the mat, but he's got to be careful with his neck, because obviously Izzeddin has a good grip on his neck. Only got one hand at the moment, and he's in half guard. But he's could maybe use this to get back to his feet, or maybe create a little bit more space.
Medina uses his power, lifted Alderabani up and slammed him down. Went down to the mat and up against the wire, but that guillotine's still on. He's released it now, but I have to say, Medina's in a world of pain there, isn't he?
He was, but he's doing a good job. He's toughing these exchanges out and grinding, and being persistent to get his takedown. And he's getting his takedown, he's getting success. He got one in the first round, he's got this one in the second round. So I think Jesse sees where his strengths lie, and he's going to it. He's going to it.
Alderabani wants to make a statement with this bout. Said he wants to go for a decisive finish. He was very confident at the weigh-in. He went knuckles high, right up in his opponent's face, like Conor McGregor style. Really confident coming to this. But as you say, this is turning out to be a grinding, attritional outing for Alderabani, because this man now getting in his stride, Jesse Medina. But Alderabani also grinding his man down.
It's in a bit of a peculiar position. Izzeddin Alderabani doing good wrist control here. Could maybe try and turn this into something. Obviously, Jesse recognises that and try and turns inside his guard, but not quite guard his butterflies now. Izzeddin should maybe use this to try and elevate Jesse.
Still trying to be held down, isn't he? But he's trying to pass guard desperately. Single leg there in that half guard. But is that enough for Medina to get some power shots in?
Yes, Izzeddin obviously say he's doing the more threatening stuff on the floor, but he's given up position and he's been on his back most of this round. Using the cage maybe to get reversal here. You can see him push off. He does, but gives up his back. He's got to be careful here, not getting flat out.
Well, Medina has the hand round there, isn't he? He's looking to try and finish this. Alderabani wriggles out.
Yeah, he recognised that and worked very well. Managed to turn this round and get on top. Got to be careful of the triangle here. He recognises it, he's controlling that foot. Doing a good job. Now let's see Izzeddin. He needs to get a bit of ground and pound on top. Last minute of this round, this could be, finish this round strong. Could sway the judges, because he was losing the first part of this round. Pulls him back to his feet. I think that's a little bit of a mistake. He maybe should have stayed on top and got a good bit of work.
Alderabani now wants to bring it upright and power through. And that was a lot of effort there from Medina, but out of the two of them, Alderabani looks like the one who's expended the most energy, looking just a little bit breathy and raggedy here, and Medina, well, not lemon fresh, but he looks like he could go the distance. Spinning back fist landed by Alderabani, beautiful shot there, throwing something into the mix, making it a little bit spicy. Alderabani looking, working, searching. That was an uppercut that if he'd landed would have been meaningful, but there's the double leg take, and there's the power, but he lands on his head.
Yeah, it's a great takedown, and he needs to keep pushing forward, like I said, to get Izzeddin's flat, which he does. Izzeddin really has accepted that. I would like to see Izzeddin burst back to his feet where there's a little bit of space. Obviously when he gets taken down, sometimes there's a lot of room to start off with, and he can get bounced back up. But he kind of seemed to accept it, which I think is a bad mistake.
Well, there's the 10-second clapper. Not enough room left in this round to make anything count. There's the bell, and it got fruity when we got to the end of that round, didn't we, Brad?
I mean, that's a good round by Jesse Medina on that one, I feel that Jesse will come away with that fight with his takedowns, Izzeddin threatened a few times with some good submissions, but obviously nothing happened here, and you saw this was a good attempt here for the rear naked choke. You saw him try and pull his nose up to try and get underneath the chin, but Izzeddin was aware of it, managed to turn inside his guard. I would like to see him do a little bit more work, maybe a bit of ground and pound for this position. But he got back to his feet, as you saw here, and actually did some good clean work on his feet. But then he got taken down right at the end of the round as well.
Well, Jesse Medina has come alive in this, hasn't he? He started off very slow. He started off very tentative, almost as if he didn't have a game plan. He allowed Izzeddin Alderabani to impose himself in the first half of the first round, but he's gradually got more traction, and he's very much in this, and there's everything to play for in this, what is now the third and final round in this featherweight matchup. Izzeddin Alderabani from Jordan, crowd favourite here tonight at Phoenix 6. Jesse Medina from the Philippines, fights out of Australia. Third and final round. High kick, beautifully delivered. Reverse spinning kick, again beautifully delivered. Millimetrically missing. Big right hand, again beautifully delivered, but missing. Alderabani, if he can make these shots land, they've got hench on them.
I do feel that Izzeddin has the ability to stop this fight with one shot. Good low kick there, crippled Medina, sending him to the canvas.
Alderabani realised that, didn't he? And now he's starting to rely on some of those bigger shots. Medina slightly slow on the uptake. If Alderabani can just pick up the pace and land the shots, which he does lovely with that right hand first punch. Again, the right hand goes in. Up goes the high kick. Alderabani could finish this with strikes. Big shots now. Medina goes down for the shoot, but he doesn't do it. And he's being held there.
Yeah, again, it's like Izzeddin getting a little bit over-aggressive and giving up not so much the takedown as such, but letting Jesse get in on the inside. Now we're back to this, yet again, this position we've been through the fight where Izzeddin now is defending the takedown, but when you're defending, you're not attacking and winning. He's doing a good job of defending this, maybe going for, he's got good wrist control here, but yet again, like I say, he's just defending at the moment. He needs to try and break away.
Brad, it's all the nuances, isn't it? Like that foot coming round the calf of Medina to stop him coming through. Just little slight things that you don't see, that you think, how are these guys controlling the other parts of the limbs? But look, none of that matters now. Alderabani starting to power in, tries to pull his man round there, open him up.
Yeah, he's done a good job making Jesse pay for that takedown, getting some good elbows in. But now, like I say, he needs to break away and get back to the feet. There he does. Now he needs to be a bit more aggressive here and throw a few more shots. And try and land. Maybe not start with the powerful one. Maybe double jab, then right hand. Pick his shots and make sure they land.
Medina looks like he's a bit battle weary now, a little bit worse for wear. Oh, and that was a super move. Alderabani walked straight into that.
Yeah, Alderabani went for a spinning back fist as Jesse went for a takedown. Bit of a funky position happened there, but yeah, I like to see Izzeddin now just be a bit more crafty. Yeah, call his man back to his feet. Jesse, like I say, definitely does a little bit more weathered going into this third round.
We're exactly halfway through the third and final round. Alderabani brings up an axe kick. Medina looks like he could make the distance here, but he's taken shots, and that left lead leg is a worry because when Alderabani makes contact, you see him wobble.
Yeah, I think Alderabani's got to be aggressive going forward, which he is doing now, but then be aware of Jesse's shot and maybe come up with a knee or an uppercut like there. That would have been a great timing for a knee. But Jesse giving up his neck here. He's got a good little perch of it, he's aware of it. He's going to be struggling now to finish that, but you know, Izzeddin Alderabani doing a good job surfing around his opponent.
Starts to fire in the shots now. You get the feeling that Medina might be hitting a little bit of rough tide here. Dabani powering forward, referee looking very closely. Dabani trying to get the shots in, maybe trying to move him around for a submission position. Crowd here right behind Dabani. As I said, he's a crowd pleaser here, the Jordanian. Can he finish?
He's finishing this round very, very well. Obviously, with Jesse taking the fight on short notice, you're already going to know that the cardio could have been a question with this, and he does look very weathered, especially. But not only that, it's a good job by Izzeddin making him work really hard for these takedowns. Has helped him in this position where I see that Jesse now is, you know, running out of steam and ideas.
And that's a deadly cocktail, isn't it? When you're in the octagon. I mean, Alderabani knows he's done enough. He's still working, but there doesn't seem to be an urgency about his work, but there doesn't seem to be an urgency from Medina either, does there? He doesn't look like a man that's going to get up and cause an upset here. And I mean, he's hanging on, but he looks like he's hanging on for grim life. So Alderabani on top here, being locked down by Medina, but we're seeing nothing meaningful from the fighter from the Philippines. Alderabani, I think, probably found this a lot tougher than originally thought, because he wanted to make an impact and have a quick finish, decisive finish. I don't think the clock will allow him. We've got just 20 seconds left, and closing the guard behind him and hugging him down, locking things down tight. Jesse Medina not allowing Dabani to work, and the clock is against Dabani as well as Medina in terms of a strong and decisive finish here. There's the 10-second clapper.
Yeah, very good contest here. I'll give it 2 rounds to 1 in Izzeddin Dabani's favour. But like I say, I'm no judge. I'm here just commentating the action.
But we value and hinge on every word you say, Brad. I think it's probably a unanimous decision for Alderabani, but I may be wrong. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely an Alderabani win. And I think it was...
The first round was a close round. You know, I gave it to Izzeddin, but some people could argue for Jesse. The second round I definitely gave to Jesse, and the third round definitely gave to Izzeddin Alderabani. So for me, there's 2 clear-cut rounds, round 2 and 3. It's how you scored that first round. Like I say, I'm no judge. It was a very close one, but yeah, as I say, Izzeddin definitely out there enjoying himself.
So just in the replay here, you can see the final strikes in the closing bout, round of the bout. But back for the announcement. Medina sort of came to this without a very good strategy, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a later placement, so he didn't have a lot of time to obviously game plan for this fight.
Anyway, we'll get the announcement right now. The judges taking their time getting the scorecards up. We know what the result will be, but it's the margin that we're trying to decide by. Normally an indication that it's much closer than we think it is, but
like I said, I think it was a very close fight. It's how you gave that first round. We could say a split decision. Yeah.
Well, Alderabani's done it. It was a split decision, Brad. You were right.
Yeah, it was very close. Like I said, it's like how you scored that first round. 2 judges must have given that first round to Izzeddin. 1 judge gave that first round to Jesse.